Happy Friday, everyone. So as promised, here is an upper body workout that you can do at home with your kids. No weights required, and get your body moving. So if we start off with some warm-ups, we can start off with shoulder and arm rolls. So just put your arms at level and start rolling your shoulders and your arms forward. And you can make it bigger. And then in reverse, we can go with bigger circles at first, into smaller circles. And although this has no weight, I always feel it right away when I'm doing this. I can feel it in my shoulders already and in my arms starting to warm up. The second thing we can do are to open up the hips a little bit, although we're not working legs today. It's just good to move, is to do hip openers. So just take one leg and you just open up your hip. You can already hear my body cracking while doing this, and I can hear some crunches in my body just from doing this. It's good for your hips to open them up. We are going to be getting down on the ground today, so if you can find a comfortable spot for your knees. Let's do a couple more of these. I'm crunching everywhere today. The next thing is one that we did the other day. Just get your whole body moving. We can do soldier stretches. So opposite hand to opposite feet. And another stretch that I really like to do are just body twists. So you just start off straight and you twist to one side. You can feel the stretch all the way down your side here. Same on the other side. Okay. So we're going to start off today with our first exercise, which will be a push-up, but not a normal push-up because, well, I can do a couple, but I don't know about you, but I can't do that many. So it's called a hand release push-up, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. If you are capable of doing regular push-ups, please feel free to do them. I do the hand release push-ups, or I do the push-ups on my knees, but for today we're going to do the hand release push-ups so that everybody can do them. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to show you guys a couple different angles. So start on the floor with your hands slightly wider than your shoulders, not too far away from you. So keep your legs really straight and your feet close enough together. Your body should be touching the ground and you should hold your core tight enough. So with keeping your elbows slightly pointed towards the ceiling at about a 45-degree angle, keep your arms close to your body, not flared out or away from your body, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to allow your body to relax momentarily before making contact to the ground with your hands. And you're going to push yourself off the ground into a push-up position and then go back down and repeat. So, if you guys are ready to start, we're going to do a timer for 30 seconds. And once do as many as you can in the 30-second period. And then we'll move on to the next exercise. So here we go. And go. "15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. So you've probably realized that, well, you can probably feel it, the different muscles that are working when you're doing the hand release push-ups. So you have your shoulders, your triceps, of course your pectorals, your chest muscles. Your core is also working. So it's an overall good body weight exercise. So the next exercise that we're going to be doing are planks, and we can modify these as well. If you're not able to stay in the plank position for the duration, you can come down to your knees, and I think someone has something to say outside. But yes, so I will show you this exercise now. We're going to do this for probably another 30 seconds or so, because I don't want this video to be too long. And you can always repeat any of these exercises if you want to do them longer than what we've done in this video here. So moving on to planks. So plant your hands directly under your shoulders, slightly wider than your shoulder width, as if you're about to do a push-up, okay? So you don't want your butt all the way up in the air. It's not a downward dog and it's not a cobra. You don't want your butt way down there, not way up there, nor way down there. So you want your body to be straight like a plank. So position yourself as such and have your feet fairly close together. And then be ready to be in a push-up position. If you find it too difficult, you can go down to your knees, and you can also go down to your elbows if you find that more comfortable and more easier for you to be able to do this exercise. Any of these are perfectly fine as long as you're able to hold the position for the 30 seconds or for as long as you need. Take breaks when you need and come back to it. Okay, so let's start for 30 seconds and let's go get into the plank position and start. And 1, 2, halfway there. If you feel that it's too hard, get down on your knees, like here. 2 more seconds, and we're done. Good job. That was the second exercise. And we're off. So the next planks are an ideal exercise for your core. It really helps build stability, and your core is what supports your body being in alignment. So it's the center of who you are. So extremely important muscle group to build and to have strong. It also helps your stomach stay in. It prevents it from protruding. So you're having a strong core helps the rest of your body function properly. Okay, this next exercise has a couple different names. I guess the easiest one is the opposite arm and leg lifts. This helps your back, your glutes, your arms, and your core. So let's get to it. So essentially, this movement is you're in a neutral hands and knees position. You are going to take the opposite leg and the opposite arm. So if I'm choosing my right, I'm going to have my right arm and my left leg, and I'm just going to stretch out and back down and out and back down. And we're going to do alternating arm reach leg lifts. Okay, so you're just essentially pushing your leg back and back in and back and back in. Okay, so let's start for 30 seconds on each. So we're going to do 60 seconds of this only because it's 30 seconds on each side. So let's look at the time. Perfect. Let's go. And 1, alternate, 2, and if anything hurts at any point, stop, stretch, and try it again. And if it's still bothering you, then maybe you should stop, because because we don't want to aggravate anything that's already existing in your body. So although this looks kind of easy, and it's not that difficult of an exercise, it still will work your body. And it's also good for stretching your lower back. I'm not sure if you feel that right now, but it's stretching my lower back, and I can feel it in my glute and in my shoulders as well. So we're almost done. What's the time? Yep, 3 seconds left. So 1 and 2, and we're done for this one. A lot of floor work today, but that's what happens when you're at home. So the next exercise I wanted to show you guys is on your back. So you can finally relax a little bit. And they're called mosquitoes. Flutter kicks. So we're moving down to the core exercises now, and then we're going to be all done, and then you can feel better. So lay on your back. I'm going to do it this way. Put your head down. You don't want to strain your neck ever when you're doing exercises. So your neck should be in line with your spine at all times, and you shouldn't feel any tension in your neck or in your shoulders when you're doing this. It should come, every exercise that we're going to be doing now should come from your core. So you're using your core. And if you feel it in your neck, rest your head down. This exercise requires you to rest your head down unless you have core strength, which you can lift a little bit and do the flutter kicks. But if you don't, that's okay. Just keep your head on the ground. So essentially, this is what it looks like. We're going to do flutter kicks. You're just keeping your head down. You can put your hands under your butt. Under your butt. I'm going to show you a different view. I just wanted to show you the flutter kicks. Okay, so you're just essentially going to be doing this. Show you a different view from the side here. Hands under the butt. It's more comfortable that way. Okay, and you're just fluttering your feet above the ground, about 4 or 5 inches above the ground. You should be feeling this in your frontal abdominals here. So we're going to get this exercise done. Let's start in a couple seconds. I'm going to get ready. Everybody get into position. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's start flutter kicks. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can raise your shoulders off the ground a little bit to feel it in your core a little bit more. But not if you're feeling it in your neck. Flutter kicks. 6 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're done with this one. The next exercise and the last exercise will be leg raises. It's pretty much the same position that we were just in. On your back, with your hands underneath your butt on the ground with your arms, and your head again on the ground. Unless you can support your core and not feel it in your neck, you can lift your body a little bit. But essentially what I want you to do is to bring your legs up and bring them down. Don't touch the ground with your legs. So you're keeping the contraction and you're just bringing them up and you're bringing them down. Probably better do it this way. Up and down, and you're just stopping before you reach the ground. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. So if you're ready, let's go. Position yourself and go. 1. Do as many as you can. Stop when you need. Stretch when you need. You should feel the contraction. You might even feel it in your quadriceps, so the front of your leg. But this is really meant for the lower core and the upper core, actually. You can feel it in your core. If you concentrate on the muscle that you're working, you'll feel it more. All right, and that's it. A couple stretches we can do for today. One is called a cobra stretch. You would come down, this is for your abdominal. You would come down and put your hands where you feel comfortable, and you would just stretch. And you can feel this in your core, all throughout your core area, and back down. Again, if you want to stretch your core, you're going to feel it from your hips all the way up your core. So you put your hands here, and you don't have to push all the way up. If you can't, just push as far up as you can, and you will feel it. You'll also feel it in your lower back. And you can keep this stretch for as long as you feel comfortable. Or you can come back down and do it as many times as you want. Another stretch for your shoulders. We can do this standing up or sitting. Put your fingers interlocked together and stretch. You'll feel it in the back of your shoulders. Really important stretch. It feels really good. You can bring your stretch up above your head. And then, same type of stretch. Bring your hands, interlock them behind you, and stretch your arms out. Another really great stretch, because we're already here, is one of my favorite stretches. So you would lift one knee, you're laying on the ground. One hand is out on your side here for support, and you're just going to twist your body to the one side. Now this I can feel all the way down my side. My spine cracked when I did this. It feels fantastic. It's also stretching my shoulder, my upper back, and you can keep this stretch for as long as you want. And again with the other side. So you're going to take the opposite leg and you're going to stretch it and look in the opposite direction of where your knee is pointing. So my knee is pointing right. I am looking left towards my shoulder and my arm that are on the ground. And this feels amazing. So hope some of you will enjoy this video and will find it useful. Any feedback, anything you want me to do, I am happy to help anyone who is willing to help themselves. So peace out. Have a happy weekend.